Hey YouTube, it's Libra Finesse here. Today I want to talk about, and I don't even like using this word, failure. but I was talking to one of my friends, and he was mentioning the fear of failure. And so many people in life just have that fear of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail. And I feel like that word is so harsh because I don't feel like we ever fail at anything. I feel like, okay, sometimes shit just don't work out the way we plan for it to, but that doesn't mean that we failed at it. Because each day is a new day. You wake up and you try it again and again and again and again. And if the method that you're using is not working, take a different approach to it. That's how I feel. I don't feel like failure is a thing. I feel like failure is us being harsh on ourselves. But I don't feel like it's a thing. It can just be okay. Think whatever we were trying to achieve at that moment in time, it just didn't work out. But we can do it again. That's the beauty of each day. That's the beauty of God granting us, his mercies and his loving kindness each day, because we get up and we can do it over again. And it's up to us to figure out a method to make things work. Like people always say, oh, there's a method to my madness. Okay, got it. But I don't feel like failure is a word that we should use so often in society. I hear a lot of people, oh, I failed at this, I failed at that. Hell, I can even say, if we're using that word, throwing it around like that, I can say, hell, I failed at a lot of things. But it doesn't make me feel bad about who I am as a person, as a mother, one day as a wife, as a sister, as a cousin, as a daughter. It doesn't make me feel bad about that. It's just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow, put together a new plan, or hell, try the same plan again. It's just up to you. It's how you want to approach life. One of my friends, him and his wife are getting ready to have a baby, and he's like, oh my gosh, Nicole, I'm so scared that I'm going to fail as a parent. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, and in my mind, this is just me, I feel like you fail as a parent when you don't try. When you're the parent that walks out of that child's life. When you're the parent who has an abortion for non-medical reasons. Let me just put this disclaimer out there. I don't believe in abortion. Unless it's life-threatening, like it's going to kill you to have the child because you're physically, your body's not physically able to give birth for whatever reason, whatever unheard of as reason. I know that it can ring true in some people's lives. So I don't believe in that. I don't like adoption. But granted, first of all, I've never been given up for adoption, but I've never given any of my kids up for adoption. Neither have I ever had an abortion. But I feel like, hell, if you didn't carry the baby 9 months and you didn't bond it with it and you want to give it up for adoption, but then again, I have to look at it like, okay, maybe you're offering that child a better life with someone else than you can provide for yourself. But me personally, kids make me thrive. Like, I feel like a kid should be the goal for you, that goal in you. Like, okay, I'm about to have this baby. I got to get my life together. I got to start, I got to get a better job, make more money. I got to save money. I got to be more wise about the things that I do. But that's not everybody's mindset. So I just had to put that out there. I feel like you fail as a parent when you do things like that, like have an abortion, or you walk out of the child's life. You leave a child in a fucking trash can or on somebody's doorstep. That's how I feel you fail as a parent. As long as you try, I don't feel like you're failing. And even when you try, a lot of times you don't succeed, but I don't feel like you're failing in that aspect. I just feel like, okay, shit didn't work out. Like, I hate when people get married and they're like, oh my God, it didn't work out. I feel like I failed my marriage. The fuck out of here. No, divorce was set in place for a reason. Why? Because shit don't work out all the time. I'm not an advocate for divorce, but I can say I've been divorced once. I've been married once and I've been divorced once. And I love that divorce is in play because it doesn't bind me to you for the rest of my fucking life. I may have married you young and we grew together, we grew older, and I'm saying, damn, I don't want to deal with this shit the rest of my life. Okay, come for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. I'm on the for richer or for richer. We're not looking at the poor side. But a lot of times shit just don't work. And it's not even for infidelity a lot of times in marriage. It's for finances. It's for growth patterns. It's for different parenting techniques. Some people just don't get along. And as much as I would like for marriage to be forever, to have and to hold through sickness and through health and for richer, it don't always work out like that. So you can't say, I failed at this, I failed at that. Like even going through college, hell, oh my gosh, taking some of my math classes, you would have to get an 80 to pass the class. There were times where I would get a 79.6 and I would have to take, I had to do it twice. I got a 79.4 the first time and I got a 79.6 the second time. I had to take my math classes over again. And did I feel like I failed? No, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got right there, but I didn't get the 80% to pass the class. So I don't feel like I failed. I'm just like, okay, got to do it over again. Was it frustrating? Undoubtedly. Of course it was frustrating. But I didn't feel like I failed. I'm just like, okay, I got to pay more attention. Like, it was with fractions and decimals and shit, not putting them in the right place, not paying attention. Like, so you can't say you failed. Like, I can't, on paper I failed the test, but in life I don't feel like I failed. I'm like, okay, shit. When I had to take the class for the third time and I finally passed, I passed with like a 96%. Because guess what? I was paying attention. I wasn't fucking around. I wasn't guessing shit. I was actually paying attention. So I don't feel like failure is a word that we should throw around so loosely in our lives. Like, hell, I know people who go for jobs and they don't get it. And they're like, damn, I failed that. No, you didn't. That guess what? That just wasn't for you at that given time. It's hard for people to understand that sometimes, like, because in society and the way we've grown up, no matter what region of the planet you grew up on, failure is a universal thing. You know, people always feel like, okay, if I didn't pass it, I failed it. And on paper, okay, that you can look at it that way, but mentally you shouldn't look at it like, damn, I failed. No, I'm gonna do it again. I was so grateful at that time that I was able to get up and do it again. I was like, okay, I gotta take the fucking math class again. But I'm gonna do it because I know I'm going to pass at one point. So I don't feel like fear of failure should be a part of someone's life, because you're not going to ace every moment of life. You're not going to just knock everything out the ballpark all the time. Like, and if you don't, you shouldn't look at it like, oh, I failed that. No, just look at it like, you know what, each day's a new day and I'm going to try my best and I'm going to do it again and again. And I'm going to try different methods and I'm going to reach out and ask for help. I'm going to get some ideas and suggestions on how to do things different to arrive at the destination that I want to arrive at. When my friend told me that he was afraid of failing as a parent, I'm like, no fucking way. As long as you try. And that's what parenting, marriage, finances, career. As long as you try, you'll succeed. Put your heart into it. They say that things that are your passion aren't even work. Like, find something that you like to do, and when you're doing it, it's not even considered work. And if you get paid for it, that's icing on the cake. Find stuff like that. And even though you may not nail it the first, second, third, or fourth time, keep at it. Keep going. Because we shouldn't look at things like, oh, if I don't nail it, I don't get it, I don't understand it, I failed it. No, you didn't fail it. Everything happens in divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. Do you know what that means? That everything that's meant for you will come to you at the right moment of time. If you know, at the right time, the right moment. Everything that's for you will come to you. There's nothing on this planet that can stop anything that is meant for you. That's with people. If that person is meant to be and you guys dated earlier in life, and then, hey, you might meet up 3-4 years later and have the best relationship you've ever had. That could be with a job. Oh, I didn't get this job this year, but I'm going to apply for it. I'm going to go work somewhere else. And then I see an opening for it a couple years later and I apply for it. You get it then. That's when it was meant for you to have it. That's how we have to live our life. And it's not the easiest, because I've been there before with a lot of things, with people and places and situations and relationships. I've wanted something and it didn't work out. And I'm like, damn, why didn't it work out? But I had to go within and say, you know what? It wasn't time for it. It's not time for it to work out. You have to give things time. We're living in time. Time is fluid. Time is fluid. You have to understand that everything that you desire that is meant for you will come to you when it is supposed to. We cannot put deadlines on everything. I can't stand that. Like, oh, I gotta do it by this. Like, I gotta be married by the time I'm 27, and I gotta have kids by the time I'm 32. Some people don't have kids until they're 45, done with college, married, then traveled a little bit. Granted, that's not the route I went. And I don't, at this point in my life, I'm like, I'm glad that I didn't, because my patience is not as well placed as it was when I was younger. I had my first child when I was 16. Out of sequence, yes, I wasn't married, wasn't really in a relationship. Had my second child when I was 20, had my last child when I was 22. People would look at that like, oh my God, you had kids too young. Who's to say I was too young? Who's to say you're too old when you have them at 52? I feel like everything, that's when it was time for me to have kids. As bad as it may have looked, it was time for me. That was my time. And that's how I feel like things come to you in divine timing. It may not be when you want it, how you want it, where you want it, but know that everything comes in divine timing. When people have kids later in life, hell, I know some people that are well into their 40s having their first child. That's their timing. That's just when they were supposed to have the children. We plan for things, and then when things don't work out, we're like, oh, I failed at it and I didn't do good at it. No, it's just, it wasn't your time. You have to know when it's your time. We have to base our lives, our existence, our everything on, okay, we have to know when it's our time. Things are going to come to us when it's our time. We don't dictate our time. If you plan it and the shit happens and it works out fine, that's because it was meant to work out like that. If you plan it and it doesn't happen and it doesn't work out good, it wasn't meant for that time. Give it time. Time is, like I say, time is fluid. We just have to live in the moment of the goodness of life. They say find the goodness in every moment of life, and that's how you enjoy life. Because if you find the goodness, like in this minute, I'm talking to you on YouTube. I'm living the life I want to live. I'm free. I don't have deadlines and meetings to attend every hour of the day. Like some days I don't have to do anything. And then other days it's like, oh my God, can I get one more hour? Can it be like 25 and a half hours in this day because I don't have enough time? I don't feel like I have enough time to do everything. So some days it's full and some days it's not. But I'm finding the joy in this moment, sitting here talking to you on YouTube, sharing my experiences, sharing my thoughts, sharing the stories that friends or family have given to me to share. And this is my time. I'm finding the greatness in this moment. And guess what? The next moment came and it's great. And the next one came and it's great. It's like a snowball effect. It's like an avalanche. When you find the goodness in every moment of life, greatness flows to you in avalanches of abundance. And it's not like that every day, because sometimes we come out of that. Like sometimes I can be in my great bubble and then I find that I've stepped out of it because I've been brought out of my character. I've did some things, or I said some things that I didn't mean, or I did some things and said some things that just were out of my nature. So I have to come back into my bubble. I have to come back into, okay, let's find the greatness of this moment. Let's find the greatness in that moment. Let's just live today, waiting for that avalanche effect of greatness just to roll in. But we can't, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, we cannot look at life as a failure when things don't work out the way we want them to. We have to understand that all things in due time. All things in due time. That's with everything. Jobs, relationships, businesses, finances. Everything is in due time. And you have to wait your time. You have to work. And I'm not saying bleeding knuckles type of work, but you have to put in the work, which is finding the goodness in every moment of life. And when your time comes, it'll be like that. Like, oh wow, you'll be blissfully unaware. Like I said in one of my other videos, you'll be like, oh my God, it's here. I didn't even, I was so busy doing other things. I was so busy enjoying the moments, and then bam, the moment just turned into a whole event for me. That's how it comes along. So people don't feel like, you fail at things because things don't work out the way you feel like they should work out. Because who are you? Yeah, it's your life, you're living it, but you're living it in due time. You're living it on borrowed time at times, hell. You can't just say, oh, I failed and I'm not good at this and I'll never be. I don't like when kids say that. When kids are like, oh, I didn't do good at this and I failed and I'm never going to be good at this because, what? You're never going to be good at it because you didn't get it the first time. Things don't always work out like that. And I remember being like that when I was little. Like, I'm never going to be good at it because I did it and I didn't get it the first time. Man, somebody should have slapped the shit out of me. Like, the first time and you're crying because you didn't get it? Are you serious right now? Like, no, we have to give ourselves time. We have to be patient with ourselves. We're human. Nothing's perfect. And when you do find perfection, that's just with you. Nobody else is going to see it that way. Nobody else is going to be like, ooh, she's perfect because blah, blah, blah. No. You might tell somebody, oh, I'm perfect. I feel like I'm perfect. Okay, that's fine. But I can guarantee you, them looking at you out of their eyes, they're like, oh, okay, you all right. You ain't perfect, but you all right. But who cares what people think? Like, you have to find it within yourself. So find the motivation, the drive, the gusto to keep going, even when you don't do things on that steady beaten path that you're on, even when things go astray, even when things don't work out the way you want them to. Just find it within yourself to keep going and find the perfection in you, because it doesn't matter what other people think. Who cares what they think? Just find it in you. Sometimes you have to get tunnel vision on things that you really want. Find it within you to say, okay, I'm not a failure. I didn't fail. It just wasn't my time. It just wasn't my time yet. I've been preaching that to a couple of people that I know lately, just going through some things. And it's not necessarily bad things, but like maybe something didn't work out for them. Maybe they applied for a job and they didn't get the job. They applied for a loan, didn't get the loan. Applied for a house and they didn't get the house. And it's hard to see it when you're in that moment that, okay, something better is coming. But that's how we have to look at it. Like, oh, this didn't work out because something better is coming for me. That's how I look at everything. Like, okay, it might be hurtful that it didn't work out. Okay, like for relationships, for instance. It might be hurtful that didn't work out, but you have to look at, okay, that's being moved out of my way for something better that's coming along. Or, I didn't get that job because something better is coming along for me. We have to be patient, and we have to know that we are not failures. We just have to know that all things come in divine timing. Leave me comments in the message box below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you go about things. If you feel like you're a failure at things, which you should not, but let me know how you may have felt that you failed. And then what method did you pick up, or what suggestions did you take? What advice did you seek to get back on that beaten path, to get back to enjoying every moment of life? Share your mind with me in the comments below. Sleeper Finesse. Take care.